The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the iShares Silver Trust with the ticker symbol SLV. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. Here we have the daily chart for SLV, and I can pretty much see the price action since the beginning of this year. So you can see there was a weak uptrend in play and then we started trending down. We had this strong impulse right here, lower. Let's go and connect the swings. This looks like the channel that price we're respecting. Then we saw the break, a move to a new low in one large leg. So this was one large leg, a correction, and then another move down. So now we went back above the EMA. So have we bottomed and we're going to reverse, or is there lower prices in the future for this ETF or stock? So since we had this strong impulse down, we could get two legs down. So after impulse, we can get two legs down to new low. And if we do that, this is the formation of the second leg that we're currently inside of. And the target is right at the 1526 level. Mark it with a horizontal line. And it makes sense because if I do this leg right here, and if we just had a top at that 1843 level, and if I drag this little small one over, you can see it's right pretty much at the same point. So there's some confluence there. So we had basically had our trend, which is this yellow channel. We had a leg down, a pullback, and then we can get two smaller legs, which will pretty much be one large leg. So very similar structure right there. So that's if we do continue lower. Technically, this looks pretty good because we had a hard time passing through this previous low point. You can see that right around the 1670 level, some type of support where we keep on seeing these buyers, aggressive buyers, move the market up. But we're not really seeing any continuation of that up move. We're kind of just stalling out right when we get above the EMA. And you can see that once we stall out, we see that collapse down. So this looks pretty good. I don't like picking bottoms. It's very low probability, but this definitely looks like some type of bottom pattern. But if I were to bet, I believe we're probably going to get that second leg down. I'm just not 100% sure. Just because I don't think commodities are going to be divergent from the entire market. It looks like everything is selling off, even oil right now too. So I don't think this is going to be just going up when everything else is going down. It doesn't look like it. It could actually, but I just don't believe it can. So I think we're going to get another leg down, possibly to that $15 level, and then we could see the rally. So we'll have to wait and see, but this is getting better. Before we had a strong impulse, meaning the angle was strong, and then we started kind of getting weaker and weaker. So it looks like it's slowing down at the very least. So that's all I have for the daily chart. That's just the price action pretty much since the beginning of this year, and we will analyze more price action on the weekly chart. And here we have the weekly chart for SLV. I can see the price action pretty much since the beginning of 2019. And this is where things get interesting. You can see that we had a strong impulse up, and all this just pretty much looks like a correction. If I do a Fibonacci retracements from the low to the high point, you can see that we're hovering around right at that 618 level. So technically this is still a pullback in this impulse up. So it looks pretty good. Let me go and move the drawing. So we had a bounce at the 618. You can see that this is one leg down right here. This is the second leg down, and right at the end of this measured move, we're finding some type of strong support. So which is very good too. So that's two good signs right there. And also in the past, for several years, prices were range bound, which I'll mark with a range. And you can see that right around this 1760 level was the resistance. 1326 was support, and there was a little breakout on the top side. Eventually prices went inside the range, which will lead to a breakout on the bottom side. So you can see that this breakout on the top side, let me go and use the arrow tool. So the top side breakout, I can measure it. If I move it down to the bottom side breakout, they're pretty much the same size. Market is symmetrical. Once we had that breakout on the bottom side, it trapped in a bunch of shorts. That's what led to this massive impulse up. And then we slowly came back to test this breakout level, which is usually what you expect. So since we came back to test the breakout level, we're at the 618 level. We had 2 legs down. This could be the bottom, and if we do that, we can get another strong measured move up, and that would take us to the $33 level. So very bullish target for silver, the silver trust. We'll have to wait and see, but as right now it's too early to call, and in the short term it does look like prices want to go down, so we could see another leg down before the possible move up. We'll have to wait and see, but right now it's a little confusing because we're not really seeing any buyers step in at this level. See, for example, after this breakout occurred on the range on the bottom side, you expect it to fail and move back up because we were so far away from the EMA. So what we expected is what happened. We saw this large impulse up. Now what we expect to occur here is a big bounce off this range and then the second leg up, but we're not getting that. So it's telling me that this is pretty weak and we might just continue lower. So I wouldn't trust this $33 target as right now. We'll have to wait and see. We're still below the weekly EMA, which is also a bearish sign, but this thing can go both ways, honestly. If we fall back inside that range, it can get pretty bad, but if we continue higher now, that's very bullish, and we're probably going to continue much higher, probably break these previous high points. So just not sure for SLV. Silver is definitely something that's not really a trend commodity. You can see that if I zoom out, it just always goes in these cycles, these up and down cycles. It's not really a trending thing. It's not something you want to buy and hold forever. Eventually it might break out to some super high level, but as right now it's not really doing that. So silver, me personally, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but those are my targets that I'm looking for. If we continue higher, we're going to come back inside of this range right here. So for example, I showed you guys the range in the past where we had a breakout on the top side and then a breakout on the bottom side. So we had a breakout on the top side, breakout on the bottom side, led to a massive move up. Now we did the same pattern here, just in a shorter amount of time. So this was pretty much like a 2-year range. You can see that we had this range right here, and we had the highs at the $26, $20 level support, breakout on the top side. Now we just had the breakout on the bottom side. So are we going to get that move up like we did in the past? Right over here, something like this. We'll have to wait and see, but I like to do my analysis from the macro to the micro. So kind of like a top-down analysis, look at the bigger picture and then go into the smaller picture to get entry points. So as right now, definitely not any buy signals yet. So me personally, I would just wait. If we see some bullish price action and we get above the EMA, we're probably going to come back inside this range and maybe even continue higher to that $33 level. Now if we keep on hovering around this level, we're probably going to break this low point back here at the $16 level and come back to that $15 level and maybe even the $13 level. So I'll just leave it at that, and those are my targets for SLV. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.